All right. Back on TikTok. Back on YouTube. Good. Beautiful. All right. Let's keep blasting. Yeah, it seems like a good spot to be at. It is warm in here. I am not ready for this summer at all. It's going to be 98 degrees this weekend, and I'm not okay with this. Everything seems to be working okay now, right? Everything's good? Hopefully. Now I'm not convinced. Imagine if enemies has its own consciousness and get revived after every wave, and that'll be so traumatized. There are some creatures that can respawn their minions, so that'll happen. Is the BARB or Necro the best this season? I think Sork's actually the best if we're talking about like pure like pit pushing, but I think BARBs and Necros are both really good. Hello, sir. Hi. Hello. That's so formal. What's the best Sork leveling build? I like Chain Lightning, or I guess I usually just go Chain Lightning. It's pretty easy. I used to do Arc Lash, but it's not as good as it used to be. Which game am I playing? Diablo 4. I love that I hit for 1,909 million. Just say 1 trillion. Billion. That's B, not T. Is it a PC? It is PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Should you follow Maxwell's build? I do. You don't have to, but I think they make the best leveling builds. Endgame, you could debate between Max Roll or Mobalytics or D4 builds or whatever. But I think Max Roll has the best laid out leveling builds because like you can actually like see the progression of the skills and stuff. Because usually with like the other websites, they just show you the finished build. Is it expensive? So the base price with the expansion, I believe, is 70. I think you can get just the base game for like 40 or 50 nowadays. But it also goes on sale pretty often. What's What's up? Can I give you? Can I? What, the game? I don't know about that. I can give you a high five. How long did I play this game? Still now. I've been playing since it came out, which was in June of 2023. So almost 2 years now. Just finished your glyphs yesterday? Hell yeah. Can't believe it's already been almost 2 years. Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, am I right? Did the stream crash? I heard your walk-in sound again. Yes. I was messing around in OBS and my OBS crashed. Oh, yep, he's doing the teleporty thing again. Boop, 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 boop. What's my build? I'm using Maxroll's Earthquake, the Lunge Quake version. You know, if you play WoW, you get sweet mount for playing Diablo. Yep. Yep. The three-headed thing, right? Pretty sure I have it. I don't remember what it's called. Which is another boss that was in the base game, in the campaign, that we haven't seen come back yet. Curious. I wonder if he'll come back someday. Astaroth or whatever. I guess it was Astaroth's puppy, not Astaroth himself, but you were running around for a minute and didn't realize he flew. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, I used to play WoW pretty regularly, but I don't really play it much anymore, other than when a new expansion first comes out. I'll play it for like a month or so, but it just doesn't hold me the way that it used to. How much RAM do I have? I have 32 or 64. It's 64. No. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. But I mostly have that much because I do all the video editing stuff. If I was just gaming, I would only have 32. Does building a PC always have to involve splurting thermal paste on things? I mean, a lot of the AIOs and stuff that you can get, the coolers, a lot of them come with thermal paste applied. So you just kind of line it up and plop it on there. But that's really the only spot that you use it, unless you're doing something crazy. You have 64 because you're an excessive bitch? Fair. So when I built this computer, I bought 128 because I wanted to just go big, but it wasn't compatible and it was causing my computer to crash. So I sent half of it back. What build? This is Maxroll's Earthquake, the Lunge Quake variant. Yeah, 64 is a pretty solid amount. What happened to my rogue? Still exists. I just wanted to play something else also. So, real talk, the main reason I went Barbarian already is just because I knew that this cosmetic set was coming and I had to get it. And I wanted this sword real bad. And I like barbs, so... You're playing Upheaval but no Quakes. Upheaval is a little too slow and clunky for me. It's strong, but it's just... I like the faster attacks. Yeah, I'm playing Barb this week, and who knows? Maybe I'll play Sork next week. Think you're gonna spend $100 on this game in total? For what? What you gonna get? Walked into a random dungeon and a butcher popped up. Terrifying. You didn't win. Uh-oh. Yeah, butcher can be tough, especially if you're not prepared for him. Which he's kind of hard to prepare for since you never know when he's gonna show up. But do most barbs use all those shouts? So I'm mostly using the shouts now because this is like a starter version of the build. Once I get more uniques and stuff, I'll transition out of some of them. Usually they'll use like 1 or 2 though. You already got the Griffith set and the horse. Oh, okay, you're talking about just the Berserk stuff? Gotcha. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. That is a very old, outdated command, unfortunately. But if you want, I can link you to the one that I'm using. You say level 60 sorcerer, looking at branching your build. What are you thinking? I have it somewhere. Where is it? Right there. There you go. So like on that page, I go down to the bottom and I go to the starter version with just legendaries because I don't have all the uniques and mythics and stuff that I need for the full build. But yeah, that's the link that I'm using. Any suggestions? You're somewhat of a new player. So for a Sork, for somebody who's newer to the game looking for a build, I always recommend Maxroll just because they're really well written and explain why they're doing what they're doing. I really like the Frozen Orb Lightning Spear builds are really strong and really fun. I think Chain Lightning is also pretty good, although the builds that uses the unique pants get kind of complicated. The new Ice Shards build might be good. I haven't tried it yet. Started your Necro. Barb didn't tickle you in the right way this season. Man, that's how I feel about Necro every season, unfortunately. I just do not enjoy the playstyle. But, the Earthquake Barb, I don't know. He's just fun to me. It's so simple to play, and it just wrecks stuff. You did Bloodwave Necro last season and enjoyed it. Every time I try Necro, thematically I think they're super cool, and like a build will come out that I'm like, that looks like it could be fun, and I try it, and I don't know. It just doesn't click with me. You don't have very many uniques yet, so you're having a tough time finding a good build to grind them. So yeah, for a Sork without gear, I would think Chain Lightning might be a good place to start. Or Incinerate, maybe? Incinerate might be good without gear. I know with the Fireball build, you need 2 uniques. I know with the Lightning Spear build, you need a couple uniques. I know you at least need a Fractured Winter Glass. Maybe Incinerate, maybe Chain Lightning. I would probably look at those. Incinerate's fun without gear? Okay. I've never played it, but I figured it'd probably be... Because I know people use it to level, so it'd probably be pretty good. Okay. Your schnoz only teleports in nightmare dungeons. So mine was doing it in the pit. But it, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Oh, hi, Bluing. Permafear in the open world? Okay. Yeah, I know that they're aware of it. I sent them a video of mine doing it, and they hearted the video. So they know that it's a thing, so hopefully they get it fixed. I am going to use this. Do I care about rerolling it right this second? No, I don't. But I am going to do it. It's unfortunate the pet bundle costs as much as a full outfit. It does come with other stuff, though. It's not just the pet. If it was just the pet, that would be too much. But yeah, I think I'm good with just the pet and the barb set. The other ones I don't care so much about. Pet emblem and one other thing. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. They're a little pricey, but I mean that's what all the sets in the game are pretty much. So I'm not super surprised by it. They must be selling, otherwise they would have lowered the price, which is kind of a bummer. Because I would love to see the prices lowered, but I'm sure they have very smart people doing the math. Like, would it be worth it to lower the price? No? Alright. Alright. You'll still keep playing? Yeah. Am I going to spec in a whirlwind? No. I don't like whirlwind barb in this game. If I want to play spin to win, I'm going to do the rogue spin to win build. Whirlwind just feels clunky to me in this game. I do wish there was like ways to in-game, like just like by playing the game enough, you unlock platinum. I think that would be cool. Like I know you can get a little bit through the reliquaries now, but like if you play like all day every day, there should be a way to get a little bit here and there. That'd be nice. You're still doing Hoda. You never stopped using it since they reworked Overpower when the vampire stuff got added. Yeah, Hoda's always been pretty solid. It's not as good as it once was, but it's still pretty strong. Song's like a buff for zoomies. It's so good. Is the Deathtrap Rogue like the best this season, or does it have the best QOL? I haven't tried it, but I've heard that it's really, really strong. Beyond that, no idea. I do fear, though, that that's the one build that's like most likely to be on the chopping block for nerfs. I think it'll still be solid after any nerfs that they do, but I think they might bring it down from like S++ down to like S. Because it is outperforming every other rogue build by like a lot. I don't know why since yesterday you don't get the overpowered damage numbers. It's so weird they just pop up sometime. They used to be all over the place. Maybe you're missing one of the key aspects for it. I don't remember what it uses to make the overpower happen. Maybe like a Banished Lords or something? I don't know. It's been a while since I played an overpowered build. You smelted the Butcher so fast you didn't realize you were fighting him? Yep. Yep. Ooh, another good song. I'm a sucker for Muse. Maybe a little slow for demon blasting though. Is a basic attack bar viable this season? I mean, I'm primarily using lunging strike to trigger earthquakes, so kinda. Low-key psychopath vibes? Hell yeah.
Starting from nothing. What's still got some good in it?
So if I got a cooler with pre-applied thermal paste, the rest of the build would just be plugging things in and screwing in screws. Pretty much, yeah. I will say the pre-applied thermal paste usually works. Make sure you pay attention to your thermals or whatever though. Because I have had one that like it didn't work as good as I expected, so I did have to take it off and apply my own thermal paste, but generally speaking, they're fine. Okay. Earth Strikers, I think, is when you change weapons so many times it guarantees over... Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Actually, am I using Earth Strikers? I might be. No, I think I was for a little while. I ditched it. Yeah, I haven't done too much with Overpower. I know I did it one season when I was playing Hoda. You're overwhelmed, haven't played since Season 4, and I don't know what to push or do. You're in T1. So generally speaking, once you get into the end game, which you are, you're going to want to focus on pushing the pit to increase your glyphs and doing Nightmare Dungeons or Infernal Hordes or Cross Undercity to get your Obdicite to do your masterworking. And then when you need certain like armor pieces or whatever, or weapons, like unique items, you want to do the layer bosses for those. So basically, once you get to endgame, you got to do a little bit of everything to get all the things. Your phone cut out, so Undercity? I mean, Undercity is one option. With the Undercity, you can target farm experience or runes or Obdicite or whatever, like whatever tributes you put in. But if you don't have good tributes that you want to run, you can do Nightmare Dungeons or Infernal Hordes for Obdicite. You can run the Pit to level your glyphs. And then you can do layer bosses for unique and mythic items. And then the layer bosses, and I think the bosses from Nightmare Dungeons and Pit also will give you the seasonal currency to level up your boss powers. Completely ruined your Spiritborn build and your level 210. How did you ruin it? What'd you do? You're Lightning Druid and you want to play Kata endgame, but you need gear. So if you need gear, I would be probably doing... So you're going to want to level your glyphs anyways. And when you do the pit, it also gives you obols at the end that you can use to gamble. Helltide and Infernal Hordes are both really good for getting legendaries and stuff. And then if you need uniques, I would be doing the layer bosses. How do you change weapons for the over damage proc? So you mean for switching weapons? Because on this screen, at least on PC, like if you're looking at a weapon that can use a different type, if you middle mouse click, I guess that one's not one that can change. Like this one, you can middle mouse click and it'll switch between what weapon you use. So like you can make it auto select and it'll do the most damage. But if you want to use a certain type of weapon to switch between them, you can do it that way. Best way to farm materials for layer bosses this season? Honestly, just doing all of, like, whatever mode is fun for you, because, like, they drop everywhere. I don't know if there's a best place for it. Like, you get a ton of them from doing Nightmare Dungeons, you get a ton of them doing Hell Tides, you get some from opening the chest in Infernal Hordes. If your Mercenary levels up, you can go use your Pale Marks to get them from the Mercenary Den, because there's the boss summoning mat cache. There's the boss summoning mats cache there. The Tree of Whispers, sometimes boss keys can be one of the options there. Just honestly, the more you play the game, the more stuff you get. If you're looking for a certain boss, there might be a better place. Like, if you need to do Beast in the Ice, you'll want to do Nightmare Dungeons, because the Distilled Fear is more likely to drop in Nightmare Dungeons, but just a little bit of everything, honestly. I think that Helltide might be the best, but I'm not sure. What about Steel? Steel is from the Blood Maiden, I think? No. The Helltide chests. The orange Helltide chests. You get them from all the chests, but the orange Helltide chests are the best ones. And then, like, the blood for Zir is from the Blood Maiden. Or somewhere else too, but I don't remember where. You get a ton from Undercity. Yeah, Undercity's good too. I think there's also a tribute to get boss mats from Undercity. Pretty sure? I never run it, but I'm pretty sure that's also an option. Do I have one? Here. Yeah, this one. So the Tribute of Titans is a good one. So your build, you basically kept changing your build, and now you need new gear. I mean, that seems like it's pretty easy to recover from. Just, you'd probably have to start, like, with, like go back to, like, a more basic build until you can clear it. Like, just run lower content until you get, like Obels, and then go to the highest torment you can go and gamble them or something. And you can rebuild new gear pretty quickly. Alright, let's do Rumble. Try to get them all to 36. You're so tempted to go back tonight Poison Volley because it does a lot, but you miss your Barb. You could. I do expect that Spiritborn probably will get buffed this season because they are probably the weakest class right now. But they haven't announced anything officially yet, so we'll see. I'm honestly kind of surprised that we haven't gotten like a hotfix or a patch yet. Now that we're over a week into the season. With Torment 4, your resistance get knocked down a lot. How do you bring it back up, Paragon? Mostly from your gear. You can get some on your Paragon board, but most of it's going to come from your gear. Like you can put gems in your jewelry. Get better gems there, and then like re-roll it onto your gear. That'll be by next week. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I probably wouldn't use your Paragon to cover your resistances. That I would try to get most of it on your gear. Like if there's a specific one that you're really lacking, you can, like, rather than using all resist gems, you can put that specific. Like if you need fire resist, you can use rubies, or if you need like poison resist, you can use emeralds, and just use the best one that you have in one of your jewelry pieces. I am way over the armor cap. Holy moly. They fixed the game yet? What was broken? The game's fun. Has been for a long time now. How's the new season so far? What I've been saying about the new season is that, like, I think the base game is in the best place it's ever been, but I think the season itself is a little bit lackluster. That said, like, if you're somebody who hasn't played in several seasons, I definitely think it's going to be, like, worth playing. I think it'll be fun. But if you play every season, this season might be a little bit of a letdown. What's my build? This is Max Roll's Lunge Quake build. It's like the starter version of their Earthquake build. Only bug I noticed was Infernal Horde's not oh yeah, the Infernal Hordes is kind of borked with the labels. It never shows the waves, and sometimes it doesn't show your ether or whatever. Probably done 200 T4 layer bosses and got only one, or not one mythic. I've gotten one. They definitely lowered the drop rate for mythics this season, which personally I like that. I know a lot of people don't, because a lot of people just like having a finished build in 3 days. But for me, I felt like we got them way too often, and there was no journey for our characters. So maybe that's just me being old and nostalgic for how games used to be, but personally, I like that mythics are rare. Did they nerf Rain of Arrows spam? They haven't done any changes this season. I don't know if they're going to or not. You just got your first one today, but it wasn't for your build besides the one you crafted. Yeah, so I got one drop, and it wasn't for my build, so I salvaged it. And then I used, I crafted one, and that was also bad, so I salvaged both of those, and I crafted another one, and that one also wasn't good for me. So I'm 0 for 3 on usable ones, but I've only had one drop myself this season. You haven't played this game in months. What's the best build classes to do now? I would say it really just depends what you enjoy playing, because all of the classes do have pretty viable builds this season. But if all you care about is like playing whatever is the strongest right this second, Lightning Spear Sword is probably the strongest. Necros and Barbs are really strong though also. Death Trap Rogues are really good. Really the only class that doesn't have a really good build right now is the Spiritborn. They're rogue build, but it seems like it hasn't been the best class to go with, so maybe you'll try again. Yeah, rogues right now, if you want the strongest rogue build, this is the Death Trap build. I would not be surprised if it gets nerfed a little bit, but right now it's really strong. You're enjoying Sorcerer? I love Sorcerers. I really do. I haven't played one yet this season, but it's usually my main. Ooh. I didn't have all the temper manuals yet? Alright. TikTok's kind of popping off right now.
Moo.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm probably going to level a Sorc next. Probably. But I haven't touched it this season yet. Okay. What did we get? Nothing good. Cool. Should probably spend these. I need a chest. I think chest and pants, but chest first because I need not that one. Hello. The whole new YouTube thing to say hi weirds me out. I'm not used to it. Doing Hoda Barb. I am doing Earthquake Barb. Just nuke them all. I did use Hoda for leveling, but I switched to Earthquake once I got to endgame. Although, if I was going to do it again this season, I would probably level Double Swing Dust Devils. I think it's more fun. But that's heavily dependent on what you enjoy. So if you like Hoda, it is definitely viable for leveling.
Ooh.
Is Helltide still the best, fastest way to level? If you don't care about doing like the seasonal mechanics and stuff, Helltide's probably the fastest. Personally, I like doing the seasonal stuff just to get it done and out of the way. Level up your boss powers and stuff, but... shoes, gear, pit, please. What? If I level up my Barb to 60, you get all your Paragons. Yeah, if you've leveled another character, it is account-wide. As long as you're like softcore to softcore, hardcore to hardcore, it doesn't go between the two. But like if you have like a rogue that's Paragon 200 and then you make a Barb, as soon as you hit 60, you'll unlock those 200 Paragon. Make me want to play Barb again. That looks fun. Barbs are stupid fun. So like when the game first came out, I didn't love the Barb in this game. But over the seasons, they started adding like more viable leveling builds, I guess. And like so I started trying other stuff. And like once I started doing like the double swing builds and stuff, I started really having fun with it. The only build I don't like on the Barb, I'm not big on Whirlwind because I feel like it just feels clunky in this game. And I'm not big on Upheaval because it's too slow. But any of the double swing or earthquake builds I think are super fun. You don't want to level up your glyphs again, takes forever. It does. However, if you are going to make a new character and you do automatically get your Paragon, you can jump much higher into the pit much more quickly, and at least those really low glyph levels you'll jump through really quick. Because like if you do like a pit 40 or something, the first couple times you level your glyphs, it's jumping from like 1 to 4 to 7 to 11. Like they level up super fast. Oh, you want my build? It is, that's not the right link. It is this one. I need to turn that command off or update it or something. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So yeah, leveling alts is much faster than your first character, so that's nice. It still takes some doing. Like this character, I'm working on getting all my glyphs to legendary. That's why I'm running pits right now, but it's not nearly as long. Should you stop going to D4 builds? I swear all these dope builds are somewhere else. I think D4 builds sometimes are really good. I would say their Barb builds are usually pretty solid. I like Max Roll only because they explain everything really well. However, Max Roll, I feel like they're not always the best performing builds. I think they're probably like efficient, easy to play, easy to understand builds. Like they're more for like the casual player. Whereas I think D4 builds are more for the hardcore player who wants to pump every little bit of juice out of their builds that they can. I think a lot of Max Roll or Mobalytics builds are the same way. But at the same time, I always feel like it's more important to follow a creator rather than the actual website, because there are creators on all the different websites who are better or worse at certain classes. Like D4 builds probably has really good Barb builds, whereas like Max Roll probably has really good Sork builds or something like that. Is the Bach rune still available to farm? As far as I know, I don't think they got rid of it, but I could be mistaken. I do know that they got rid of some and they added some new ones, but I don't remember if the Bach one was one of them. What does that one do again? When I go back to town, I can check to see if I have one, just that way we would know if it exists for sure. But I have most of the runes. I don't know if I have all of them, though. You gotta drive home, but you'll be back. Low-key, I'm gonna need your build. I mean, it's just the Max Roll Earthquake build, so if I'm not on, it's easy to find, but happy to help. Bach Tech, is that the rune word you need? Auto-spawn Quakes. Oh, I use Moni Tech. If you're using Lunging Strike, every 2 times you use Lunging Strike, it'll automatically cast an Earthquake. Really good. But if you're not using Lunging Strike, then yeah, you need something else. Just cleared Torment 4 Pit solo. Hell yeah. I did get into Torment 4 on my Rogue. I haven't tried it yet on my Barb. I'll probably try it once I get all my glyphs to legendary. Spawns quakes every 5 meters. Really OP when you stack them. Oh, yeah, that one is good. I think that one's still in the game. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Not 100%, but... I think. I have the memory of a goldfish, though. Let me check and see if I have one. How you doing, Duck? He says he's doing well. Okay. So, a Bach rune? I don't have one, so I'm not sure. You'll cry if they took it off? I could probably find out. Let's see. Let's see.
Gosh.
Hi, Joe. Hi again. So Maxroll still has it on their list of possible runes, but I don't know if it's updated for this season or not. It says it was updated April 24th. So maybe? Bach is still here? Okay, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think they got rid of that one. But it is a legendary rune, so it is more rare. Ooh, ooh. Oh! It's time for some ducking. Thank you for the gift sub. Duck's filling up. You need the link. So maxroll.gg. It's just their Earthquake endgame build. Sadly, TikTok doesn't like if I paste links in there. Ew. Bow, 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 bow. Need some advice. You have a Lightning Spear Sword, and it's a choice between helms. No, it's not under me at all. It's just on Maxroll. Just if you go to their BARB builds and look up Earthquake, you'll find it there. But you'll want to scroll down to the bottom of the page once you find it and look in their build variants. I'm currently using their starter version, which is the Lungequake version. But if you have all the uniques or the mythics that they suggest, you can switch to those tabs as well. What happens when the duck fills up? Nothing when it fills up necessarily. So usually I do a new thing every season. I used to use like little rubber ducks, and I would have like hundreds of them, and I would write people's names on the bottom of them whenever they sub, and at the end of the season I would pull a random one, and that person would win some of my merch for free. Since I started this duck when the new Path of Exile League started, so I'll probably figure out, like, whenever the next game league starts, I'll probably pull a winner from this one and then start something new. Have a Godslayer now, GA on life and cooldown. Just pulled air with GA on movement and core. Man, I haven't looked at Lightning Spear in a while to know what it's using. I know the Air of Perdition's really good though. Cooldown reduction's nice though. Gonna start a character soon. Any recommendation for what you should play this season? What do you think is fun? I think that's what you should go with. I think if all you care about is doing the most damage, right now Lightning Spear Stork is probably #1. But Necros and Barbs are really strong. There's some good Druid builds. There's some really strong Rogue builds. Right now, the only weak class really is Spiritborn, and I expect them to get buffed at some point because they're still going to do a balance pass. Have I tried Hodaquake? Insta-kill with using Mental Mountain Fury. I don't have any of the uniques yet. This Barb just hit 60 yesterday, and I haven't farmed bosses yet. So right now I'm just rocking the legendary version. But I probably will switch to the Hoda version once I get some uniques going. Why not tier 55? Or why not... I'm just speed farming to level up my glyphs right now, and I don't need to go any higher. I will push it up once the glyphs get higher. You played every character, but you'll go Sorceress. Always fun to play Lightning Spear. Is that Lightning Spear's been around for a couple seasons, but like last season it wasn't as strong as the previous season, and then this season it's strong again, so a lot of people are playing it. The fuck? Somebody wanted 420, huh? Niggles! Thank you for the gifties. $420, blaze it. ×9 is a weird one to write. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm dying. That was close. Thank you for the biddies. Almost died to the duck? I really did. He's the real boss here. So many subbies. Wait. Oh, I'm like, did it not spawn? Alright, so those are all 36. We'll get this one up as well. And now these are down to 90, so I'll probably bump it up a little bit. What class am I playing right now? Barbarian. Super uwu. I do need to make more variants of the sub sounds. Barb looks lit. You're a huge Berserk fanboy, so you're stoked to see this gameplay. Yeah, the Berserk set was a nice touch. It was weird to me that they released one Barb set, one Necromancer set, 2 Rogue sets, and then 0 for everybody else. Weird choice, but the set's dope. Bow, 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 bow. All right. Let's pop on you. They needed to make Casca a Sork set or something. Yeah, I've seen people saying that. I don't know who that is, but So the only thing I can think of is maybe they have like another Berserk's thing, like maybe next year or something, and they're saving like the other half or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? We do know that they're doing another cross-brand IP collab in 2 seasons. So I'm guessing that one's not going to be Berserk, but we know that they do plan on doing these more often. You haven't played since D2 LOD. Is 4 worth playing? I played 3 briefly, hated it. Is 4 more of a callback to 2? I would say 4 is more like 3 than it is like 2, but like thematically it's more like 2, like it's like the darker, grittier. But it's not as dark as D2 was, I don't think. It's hard to say for sure. Like, I think I loved both D2 and D3, so I really like 4. But if you didn't like 3, I'm not sure how you would feel. It depends what you didn't like about 3. Like, gameplay-wise, I think it feels more like 3. But at the same time, it does a lot of its own things. What's the Griffin? I think that's one of the rogue ones, right? I think. I don't know. I'm not an anime guy, so I don't really know Berserk too well. I knew of Guts, and that's about it. And that's only because I played Elden Ring and people told me about it. And by people, I mean Nichols. Several times, because I forgot. one of these days, I do want to try and watch Berserk, just because, like, I want to see what all the hype's about. Maybe it'll get me into anime, I don't know. What build? Earthquake. Earthquake Barb. You're not even a Berserk fan, but being around Souls games long enough, you learn a bit. That makes sense. So clearly, they're fans. Like, is there any overlap between the two, or are they just like fans and like put like nods to it in there? I don't even know. Is there any actual connection? You hated the gameplay loop of 3. You liked the way 2 was, the grind. You also enjoyed magic finding in 2. 3 just got boring very fast. Seems like just push one button and you're good. You didn't like that. So I would say that the gameplay is more similar to 3. However, you do use more than one button. I would say you use most of your abilities fairly often. Some classes are a little bit more involved than others. Like some builds, you literally just like play the piano on your keys and you're fine. Other builds, you have to like be a little bit more methodical about what you're pushing. Magic find isn't really a thing in this game. Like there's bosses that you can target farm for certain pieces of gear, and you can just run them over and over until you get the gear that you need. But you do need like boss keys to get into them. Or to, I guess now you just need the boss keys to open the loot. All references, no actual connection. Got it. You're going to have to try 4 now. I do enjoy it a lot. But it is very different from 2. And it does its own thing from 3 as well. I would say pick it up when it's on sale if you're on the fence. Or it's also on Game Pass if you have that. The base game is on Game Pass. The expansion's not. But you don't really need the expansion to get a good idea of what the game's all about. You really don't need it at all unless you want to have all of the features. That said, I would love to see a future where we do get a game that feels more like Diablo 2. I am very, very, very tempted to play the new Project Diablo 2 season. I think it starts next week. Prefer Path of Exile. I like PoE. Well, PoE 2 specifically, I really like the campaign, but I get so bored in the endgame. Same with Last Epoch. I like the campaign, but the endgame just feels super boring to me. And like most people complain that Diablo is the one with no endgame, but I feel like this has a more engaging endgame because there's more like different things to do. Appreciate your answers, and I hope we do as well. You've been playing D2R. I would love a good reason to go back to D2R. I played Diablo 2 for so long, and I played D2R a shitload when it came out, but they just have not updated it at all. If they did the smallest update, I would be back there blasting for a season, but just I'm dying for any new content. What's up, Jess? How you doing? Still Act 2 of PoE 2? PoE 2 is so good. It's so good. Like the campaign, I love my playthrough so much. The end game though, I get so burnt out so quick. I've been good. How's the move stuff? How is the move stuff happening? My mouth didn't want to work there. Since release, yeah. Yeah, so I started playing D2 back in like the end of high school and like all through college, and like huge fan. Like D2 is the game that I credit. Oh, I needed to go in the portal and I just didn't. Like D2 is the game that turned me into a kid who played video games into a gamer. Like that's what I always say. I love Diablo 2. It's easily in my top 3 games of all time. You're sore and exhausted, but it's coming together. Yeah, moving. That sounds like moving to me. Yeah, I hope I don't move for a while. Like, I would not mind being in a different location, but just the idea of physically moving sounds miserable. Appreciate the info. Sub 2. Hell yeah, I thank you for the sub, and have a good one. You're excited to finally have your PC set back up so you hopefully can start playing this season? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You bought Diablo 2 last month. You haven't got past level 7 or so. I don't know. I'm failing to see the hype. If you're that low level, you're not going to see the hype yet. So D2 if you've never played it before, I can understand why someone might not. Like, it is mostly nostalgia driven. It's just like the dopamine that you get from finding certain pieces of gear is so high, because like the way that Diablo 2 did itemization, it's so much different than modern games, to where like you can get a level 15 unique item that you can use all the way into the end game and it's still good, because like everything is additive damage and like additive stats rather than everything being multipliers on top of each other. So like the way that builds are put together, it just feels very different than modern games. But yeah, like if you've never played it before, I don't know how it's gonna feel for you. But it is really good. I would say stick with it at least for like one full playthrough, at least through normal. The way that game works, though, is like there's normal, then there's nightmare, then there's hell, and it does progressively get more difficult. Like the monsters start getting more resists, and you need to start getting more resists and all that stuff. Similar to this game, similar to PoE, but it does get more involved, and then you get runes and rune words and crafting, and there's a bunch of stuff to it. It's like if you have D2R or Lord of Destruction, it has a lot of that stuff. If you just have the base game, then maybe not. But you've never played it. You bought it and Diablo 3 and didn't put 3 down. Yeah, 3 is much more of a modern feeling game. 3 is very arcadey feeling. I still love it. I think it's a great game. But D2 feels more like an RPG, whereas D3 feels more like an arcade game to me. And I feel like this one is kind of in between those two in that way. I'm just thinking, if they actually put like a 4-player Diablo 3 in an arcade, that would be dope. Hey, Blizzard. Diablo, the arcade game. Okay. Had to read something real quick. Diablo 3 was your first as well, but you had watched your brother play 1 and 2. I only played 1 one time, and I didn't really get too far into it. I did like it, but 2 is my game. Diablo 2 is so good. What pit am I on? I haven't pushed on this character. Right now I'm just leveling glyphs, so I'm doing like 45, 50, somewhere in there. I don't know what I could top out at on this character. My rogue I was doing up to 71 was my highest. Okay. So I'm going to do, I think I could try a 55, see how that goes. I don't have high hopes, but we'll see. We'll see. Think you still have 1 and 2 on disc? You know you did before the move. I definitely had 2 on disc somewhere. I don't know if I still do or not. You did 70 just now, but you didn't get 75. Yeah, 75 is going to be tough, I think. So far, this seems okay. It's going to be slow to kill, but as a sorceress, is there a superior element to focus on or spread the stat points all over? In this game, I would generally stick to 1 element. Like, there are useful spells in all the schools, like teleport and frost nova and those kind of things. But like as far as like your stats go, oh, in Diablo 2. I always did cold sorts, but I know a lot of people ran lightning as well. You don't see as many fire builds, though. I usually level as lightning, and then I would switch to cold once I got into like nightmare. Basically, once I had enough skill points to get blizzard. I know Maxroll has some good builds. Although they rely heavily on rune words, and if you're new to the game, it's going to be very confusing. I feel like their guides for D2 are more geared towards people who already know the game. Yeah, like, so, like, I don't think it really matters which one you pick, but I would say focus most of your points into, like, one skill that sounds good to you, plus all the synergies for it. And then, like, it's good to have, like, 1 point into, like ice armor or shiver armor, whatever the lowest one is. I don't remember which is which. Frost armor, maybe? And then, like, 1 point into warmth in the fire tree. Just because, like, warmth will give you some passive mana regen, which is nice. And then you can get stuff like static and telekinesis and teleport and that kind of stuff in the lightning tree. And then as far as stat points go, generally speaking, you want to put only points into strength, dex, and what do they call it? Wisdom or energy? I think it's energy. You only put enough points into those for like the gear that you need, and then most of the rest is usually going to go into vitality. Generally speaking, I'm sure there's some exceptions to that, but is Earthquake Barb better than Whirlwind? I think right now the best build is probably Whirlwind Earthquake, but I don't like Whirlwind, so I'm just doing Lunge Quake right now. Eventually I'll probably move into Leap Quake once I get the gear though. You should get a CD-ROM for your PC, try to play the first one. You should. I ended up buying the first one on GOG.com. It was like $5 or something. So I picked it up and I got it on there. Came with the Hellfire expansion. Okay, I am barely ahead of the timer. I don't remember for sure if it was $5, and it might have also been a sale, but it's worth looking. What do I think of the season so far? I think the base game is in a really good place with the new changes with this season. I think the season itself is a little lackluster, although the more I play it, the more I'm having fun. Like, the boss powers are kind of whatever, and the apparitions I don't really care for, but like the new bosses and the changes to the boss ladder, I really like. Once you have spare time, you gotta play this season, do house stuff. The kiddo's about to be on summer break, driving you insane. Nice. That sounds fun. Clumsy. Whee! Not nice? No, there was a hint of sarcasm behind that nice. I'll have to duck you in a minute. I'm on a timer right now. Have I tried PoE? Yeah, I've played a lot of PoE. I really like PoE 2 for the campaign, but I get really burnt out on the end game. I think the end game gets very stale very quickly, at least for me. Is it worth getting Vessel of Hatred? Kind of waiting on a sale. I think it's on sale right now, actually. Shop. Hurry. Go. Go. Diablo. Diablo 4. Yeah, it's on sale right now. That said, I would say, if you don't already have it, like, play the current season, see how it feels, and then decide if you want to get the extra stuff. But it's definitely not necessary. Endgame is dead. Yeah, like, so people complain that Diablo doesn't have enough endgame. But PoE, all you have is maps. Like, sure, there's different modifiers for the maps, and there's, like, the bosses, but that's about it. Whereas in this game, you have Nightmare Dungeons, you have the Pit, you have Helltide, you have Infernal Hordes, you have, you know, Cross Undercity, you have Dark Citadel. Like, there's so many different things to do. To where, like, sure, maybe it doesn't scale with you as well, but there's so many different activities to keep it fun and engaging. Oh boy, we died. You have a 2-hour break between clients and you need to distract yourself so you don't nap? Gotcha. I died, chat. I died. Yeah, open world as well. Wait, what just killed me? I was looking at chat and I died. Huh? A-Town! What up, dude? What up, dude? But with PoE 2, we still have more campaign in June. Did they announce June? I didn't see that. I know we're getting more for sure. As far as I know, they haven't released any dates or anything for new content. PvP, even though it's dead? True. True. No new date for PvP. Yeah, I didn't think so. But yeah, when they add new content, like even if they just add a new class again, I'll definitely be back to try out the new class. I jumped on when they added the Huntress, and I played through the campaign again as that, and I had fun with it. But then once I got to endgame, I was bored in like 5 hours. Approximately 6 months later, that was said in December. Oh, okay. We'll see. We'll see. Because, like, I feel like with all the outcry about the state of the game, things might have shifted, but we'll see. I'll definitely jump back in though. You're hitting such good tempering things, and you have your imbued damage at 352%. Nice. You want a nap so bad? Don't do it! Newbie grumpy, and I want to go back to work. Relatable. Every day during my lunch break, because my lunch break is at 5 in the morning, because that's normal, I always debate, do I just like chill, or do I take an hour nap? And almost every day I end up taking a nap, and every day I wake up and I regret it. Like, it feels good laying down to sleep, but then when you wake up, you're all out of it, and I don't know. Shit! Focus. Yeah. Yep, it's fine if you have nothing to do, but if you have important shit, it's scary. My gear's gonna break. I need to hurry up if I want any chance to kill this boss in time. No die. No die. They have to be in specific timetables, 15, 30, or 45? Shit, so you're saying an hour's wrong? Ugh, my eye's bugging me all of a sudden. What happened? You shouldn't have said that, you jinxed yourself? Uh-oh. Did you get like a chain of bad luck? Happens. Had 2 weapons left to temper and you bricked one? Yep. The worst feeling in the world is bricking like a 3GA or 4GA item. Feels so bad. I'm glad that they added the scrolls to retemper, but the fact that you can only do it once still leads to sadness sometimes. Okay, we're gonna ditch that guy. Screw that guy. Memory serves me well. A sleep cycle is 45, so an hour's over a full cycle, so you wake up in the Could be. Although I am never one of those people who can just like fall asleep right away, so it would be hard to actually time it out. It'd be nice if the more times you use the scrolls on an item, the more scrolls it takes. Yeah, something like that could work. Give you 2 minutes and you're out. There are days where I'm like that, but more often than not, it'll take me 15, 20 minutes to fall asleep, which is a lot better than it was in college. Back in college, it would take me 4 or 5 hours to fall asleep most nights. That was the worst. Come on, give me the boss portal. There it is. Your husband's the type that he can sleep when his head hits the pillow. That's how my dad is. I was always jealous of that. My dad can be like in the middle of a conversation with you and start snoring. That's some wild shit. I got a minute 15. Maybe if I don't die. Oh, get out of that, get out of that, get out of that. Okay, good. 43 seconds. Oh god, this is gonna be close. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Bye! Bye! I will put you on the duck. I promise. Unless I forget. 30 seconds! Oh god. Oh god. Oh! No! What's with the duck? So, you know how I used to have the little ducks? This season I just did one giant duck instead. So, subs go on there. You're a sub? You gotta announce your resub. Gotta do the little thingy. Yeah, like when it pops up in chat that you can like share your resub and it makes all my alerts go off and stuff. What build? This is my earthquake, the earthquake build on max roll. Oh god. You close that? If you refresh the page, it should pop up again. Oh, okay. Chill, 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 chill. No, I don't want to die again. Ooh, there it is. I heard it. All right. Okay, I feel like I missed something. I just got a grandfather, but don't know if there are any builds for it. I have no idea if there's any builds still using grandfather, if I'm being completely honest. We'll go right here. Bam. Ugh. Ooh, ooh. Using the one from Cliptis from Mobilytics. It's different setup from the max roll. For the earthquake build, or is he's doing the minion build, isn't he? Boop boop. Let's repair my stuff before I get dead again. Yeah, yeah. I thought about using the minion barb, but I don't have any of the uniques yet. I really should probably go kill bosses to get some uniques because I have like nothing for barb. But I've been so focused on trying to level my glyphs that I haven't bothered. All right, let's make some incense. That way we don't die on those bosses again. Advanced elixirs. We go fortitude 2. Make like 10 of those. Go in here. Strength, willpower, dex, int. Also, we'll go strength. Do 10 of those. Defensive, max life, thorns, dodge. Yeah. Max life. Boop. You need to figure out dinner for tonight? Oh, man. What are your options? What resist do we need? Lightning, poison, shadow. So that one's shadow. That one's lightning and poison, so we'll do that one. Boop. You don't have enough max energy, so you can proc the passive to overpower. You'll be back in a bit. You must go get sprayed. You and your spraying. Obsessed. Who's texting me from a 5-digit number? Welcome back. I don't like that. That feels like a scam. You have to do it weekly? No, you don't. No, you don't. You have leftover taco meat, so you should have nachos or quesadillas or something. Do chicken tomorrow. Quesadillas sound really good. You should do quesadillas and then bring me one. Gotta check something real quick. Gotta make sure one of my accounts isn't actually being broken into. It's you? Shit. Well, shit. Okay, I think it's fine. Yeah, I use max roll. I usually use max roll until I get like to like the very until I have everything that I could possibly need for any build, and then I'll look around between the other sites. But max roll is just easy to follow, so it's easy to get started with. What class have I played this season? Rogue and Barb so far. All right, so we're gonna open this. We're gonna pop one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these. Whoa, what do I mean? What did I say? I don't remember. My favorite is Icy? No, I'm not a big fan of Icy Veins. Nope. Slippery slope, Jess. Slippery slope. Can start your barb. Barbs are fun. Barbs are super fun. Where's my quesadilla? Maxwell is difficult to follow from my phone since you don't play on PC yet. I've heard that they've made major improvements to the mobile experience on Maxroll. I don't use it personally, but I've heard it's way better now. Because that was a pretty common complaint. I should add the piggy head pat to my Twitch emoji. Wait, did I not? I thought I did. I'll have to see if I have any animated slots yet, but that's weird. I thought I did put it in there. Maybe I just didn't. Maybe I forgot to assign it to a slot. I think I uploaded it. Maybe I did, yeah. It's somewhat better, but you're still saving up for a PC. Gotcha. Speaking of that, though, I am super glad that they are adding mouse and keyboard support for consoles. So if you want to play like you're on a PC, on a console, you'll be able to do that soon. I think it's coming next season, if not the following, which is super nice. It's not going to help for stuff like Maxroll, but for just playing the game, if you want that mouse and keyboard experience. Play on PC and use a controller. Yeah, I just like that they're giving everybody all the options now. So when they add the mouse and keyboard support for controller or for consoles, they also need to add couch co-op for PC because that doesn't exist right now. Any recommendations for a good graphics card and processor for PC? So I recommend AMD cards with like the RTX graphics cards and the AMD processors personally, but it's such a personal preference. But I use a Ryzen 9 with an RTX 4080. I couldn't tell you the model of the CPU. I always look it up and I always forget. It's like 7950X, I think, but again, like the prices are fluctuating so much and there's always new stuff coming out, so it's hard to say for sure. I am sponsored by Starforge. If you wanted to, buy a pre-built, you can use my link. Anyways, forgot you started your Barb as Whirlwind. You're not going that route this time. I do not like Whirlwind as a leveling build. I think it can be fine endgame, but I think it feels awful low level. You've been told by a lot of people to get at least 4060 or better. I have played this game on a 2080, but if you're going to play other games too, I would probably get, like a 40, even a 4060. I don't know how it's going to hold up long term. I would say 4070 maybe if you can afford it, but I don't know. Like 4060 is definitely going to be good for most games now. Depends how much you want to future-proof. What Barb should you play? I don't know. So I really like the double swing Dust Devils for leveling. And then for endgame, I mean, I'm basically playing the same build that I played the last season. just because I was comfortable with it until I get gear, and then I'll look into other stuff. But the Earthquake build, really easy to put together, and it's really, really easy to play, and it does good damage. You're rocking a 3070 Ti, and it's not bad, but you recommend 40 series? Yeah. Yeah, I'm on a 4080, and it does real well. If you can get one for a decent price, if you have a 3050, it's a little outdated, but you know, it is what it is. It works. Then again, keep in mind, I buy my specs knowing that I'm going to be streaming also. So if I was just playing for myself, I probably wouldn't focus on getting as high of parts. What Torment? So my character's in Torment 3, although this is a Pit 55, which is the one that would open Torment 4. Anything with more than 8 gigs of virtual RAM, OST games. Wait, oh, most games now, min 10 to 12. Yeah. But I think most modern GPUs are going to have enough, I would think. I don't know enough about the AMD graphics cards because I hear they're good, but I've never used one. Hammer the Inches isn't hitting quite as hard. Yeah, I used Hoda for leveling, but as soon as I got to 60, I switched out. 5060 Ti's, you have 8? Really? Oof. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the 50 series cards, just with all their frame generation stuff. Your BARB can crush it in T4 open world and hordes, just not there yet on bosses. Gotcha. Yeah, I have noticed this character, like, he does like regular mobs pretty fine, but bossing's a little slow. Although this one does feel like it's going significantly better than the last one, now that I have incense and stuff on, so that's good. You're glad you're starting a new character with max boss powers? Yeah. Some of them are definitely going to be more noticeable than others, but the fact that you can carry over the max boss powers from other characters is really nice for leveling ults. Is the Mighty Throw one-shot bad for mobbing? I haven't tried it, so I'm not sure. I would assume it's probably pretty good, though. You probably just want to like run around and lump up a bunch of dudes and then throw like one big-ass hammer and just blow them all up. Have a buddy that can. Oh yeah, if you have a friend who's leveled, you can definitely get power leveled pretty easy. Or do you mean something else? Still rocking a 3060 Ti, but your next GPU is going to be either a 7080X or 7800 XT or the AMD 9070 XT. Interesting. Yeah, I've never tried the AMD cards. The main reason that I stick with NVIDIA is because of the NVENC chip they have on it. It's really nice for streaming. But I'm guessing that the AMD cards probably have something comparable. I don't know. Never used one. Okay, we're way ahead of the timer this time. Good. Beastfall boots? That doesn't ring a bell, so I don't think so. I don't have many BARB uniques. Is that a BARB thing or is that another class? Doesn't ring a bell. Rogue? Oh, maybe? I could check. Oh, I'm out of potions. That ain't good. Give me potions, friend. Give me potions, friend. Potions, please. Apparently I got one. Doesn't he usually spit out two? Oh, God. Okay, I did. Oh, are you kidding me? The new AMDs are a lot better now. The 9070 equivalent to a 5070 Ti and has more VRAM and actually better 1440p game performance. Nice. How am I critting for 7 million max at 214 Paragon? This is a new character. So most of my Paragon came while I was leveling my Rogue. So my gear is pretty crap. And my glyphs aren't leveled very high yet. Extra Sweet, like how it actually guides you and shows you progression. Yeah, exactly. That's why I usually recommend them for people who are like trying to learn new builds and stuff, because they break down everything, like why they're choosing what they're choosing, like how the progression works, not just this is what your level 60 build should look like. D4 builds just throws that. Yeah, same with like Mobilytics. On Mobilytics, it really depends who writes the build. Some will put in more work than others, and they'll actually put in like more details in the notes and stuff, but Maxroll is pretty consistent. No! Best place to get Distilled Fear? Nightmare Dungeons. We lose again. That sucks. That sucks. Have you tried using Duelist with one sword and one mace along with Walla? I don't remember. Maybe? You got 0 from 1 when I did it right now. I mean, it's always a random chance, but I know that Distilled Fear are, like, the most common place to get them is Nightmare Dungeons. You just gotta run a bunch of them. How am I liking the new season? It's okay. It's probably my least favorite of the seasons, but the changes to the base game were really good. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna try and do that again tomorrow. But today's got to be a shorter stream because I have a few adult things that I need to take care of. So I got to go. But I'll be back tomorrow with probably more BARB action. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.